Do you think he's got a realistic chance for to win the Heisman Trophy? Not to get invited, but to win it.
I don't know that a running back has that opportunity this year.
It's such a quarterback award.
It is, but here is the one caveat. Is there a chance? Sure, there's a chance. Because there could be, Bryce Young, right? If they're not playing in the SEC championship game, they don't have those big moments. Like maybe he doesn't get a chance to have the season he had last year. C.J. Stroud. Obviously, Michigan and Ohio State will be on the same field at one point. You'll get that direct comparison.
He's the favorite right now.
I think he's clearly the favorite.
Yes.
And if Blake Corum can have, the quote-unquote, he's got the numbers, all right? Because a lot of, you see them compare his season to Derrick Henry and all those things. So he's got the numbers, all right? That's not the thing. He's going to have, I think, a combination of a couple of things. One, team success. He's also going to have, with that team success, those Heisman moments. And in a couple of weeks against Michigan State, you can say whatever you want about their defense. It's going to be a big moment. And if he can have a big, a couple of big plays in a game like that, and then obviously against Ohio State, he's going to have more. He'd have a better chance because early in his career, we saw him as a kick returner. Mm-hmm. He'd have a better chance if he was able to return some kicks as well.
Probably.
And not just be the running back, but also be the special teams guy.
So if you were ranking them, okay?
Oh, if I'm ranking them.
Would you say Stroud number one? Who would you have as number two right now?
Is this my own personal ballot?
Yes.
Will Anderson.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
I think he is. I think he's special. I think he's special. When you have to adjust your game plan to account for a single individual, and we see that all the time defensively, all right? They're trying to account for C.J. Stroud. They're trying to account for Bryce Young. They're trying to account for, and we saw this a little bit over the last couple of weeks, for Blake Corum. That is, something where you got to say, well, this guy is special enough that other teams are taking attention. Will Anderson has the full attention of every offensive coordinator, every offensive line coach, tight end coach, running backs coach, wide receiver coach that they play.
Did you hear what him and Saban said about the game the other day? Their loss going into it?
No.
Saban said, I guess they always chant like in the tunnel or whatever before they come running out, the players, and they didn't. And Saban's like, how come you're not doing it? And that Saban thought that they were tight. And then Will Anderson went farther and said he thought the team was exhibiting anxiety.
Wow.
Like that they weren't ready for the environment.
Well, let me ask you this, John. I mean, obviously it's not all his fault, but how do you rectify giving the Heisman Trophy to somebody who part of a defense that gave up 52 points?
Well, I didn't give it to him. I put him in second.
Okay, but I mean, somebody else will, obviously.
I wouldn't write off Bryce Young yet.
No.
He had a fantastic game Saturday.
What about, don't you think Hendon Hooker's in there? I mean, in top three right now?
He's 3-4.
And the kid from UCLA?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, it's going to have to be somewhat team success along with it.
It's still early. I know. Yeah. I get that. And UCLA is going to have a test in Eugene, Oregon on Saturday.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Hopefully they'll be preparing for that Crown Field.